Hello everyone, we are back with a new chapter of Hunter x Hunter. This time we have chapter 406, Regalia. So let's see what this is all about. So we open up with, I guess it could be considered a cover, but it's not really. But it's the mustache dude, I don't remember his name, I think he's an associate of one of the mafia families. He's not important. I don't think he'll be important, so I don't even remember stuff about him. But he's leading Finks, Nobunaga, and Phaeton into the lower or upper, whatever. He's leading them somewhere dark, down a horrible tunnel, grimy, whatever. So the mustache dude says he offers to keep hold of Nobunaga's katana because such an obvious weapon would draw attention, and the mafia families would not be happy about it. He's not happy about it, of course. He doesn't hand over the weapon, but they talk about it because they're not obviously at the destination yet, so it's not important yet. But he definitely objects. But they're in Tier 3. They're in this weird, underlevel near the hull of the ship, and they've got a huge staircase that apparently if they go up all the way, they will reach level 2. So this is their way into level 2. But after a brief discussion, they come to the conclusion that the subcontractors who are meant to kind of moderate this place, it's kind of where sewage goes down, it's etc., may have been replaced by highly mafia members, and this gives Nobunaga an excuse to turn back and pursue this little bit of information. And he obviously wanted to get out of it because he didn't want to lose his weapon. So he's actually going to split from this group now and do his own thing. Now, with Hisoka hunting down the Phantom Troop, kind of going off on your own seems a bit like a death wish, but I hope it's not a death wish. I like Nobunaga. I wouldn't want him to get taken out. But I think they've worked out, the whole thing with the Hylie and how they're kind of killing loads of innocent people just to raise their levels. They haven't worked out the whole leveling up thing, but they've kind of worked out that part of the plan. Before he leaves, he warns them about the guy protecting the hideout having a counter-attacking sort of Nen ability, since he already encountered it. But if they don't attack first, they should be fine. Promising, right? So we move away from the Phantom Troop members for a weird scene. I'm vaguely remembering it. It's basically, it looks like a piece of food or whatever transforms into a device. And I do remember one of the previous chapters, there was a person who had that ability that they turned I can't remember if it was a recorder or a transmitter or something into a different item to disguise it. So it's turned back and then it just stops transmitting. So that's a thing, I guess. I don't even recognize the room. I can't remember. I can't tell if I dropped the ball or whatever. But if anyone can fill me in, love to hear that. Just drop a comment. I'd love to know because I feel like an idiot right now. So the scene transitions, and now we've got oh god, I hate his name. Heinrich and Zakuro having a discussion about interrogating members of opposite member families and how they wanting to know where Lynch is because her ability is fantastic for this. And then we get a gnarly shot of her corpse, since we established last chapter that she got taken out. And yeah, it doesn't look like she had a painless death. It looks not nice at all. So Heinrich actually sort of interrogates Zakuro about his last conversation with Lynch, and very quickly deduces that he got deceived by a fake Lynch. So he's worked out that part very quickly. But he kind of speculates that it was a fake, that was Hisoka maybe impersonating her or manipulating her. So they're not 100% sure that she's dead, but kind of establishing that she was... No, they do establish that she's dead, actually. They work it out. They work out she's gone, but not who did it. So they don't know it was... They don't know that it was Bonolenov. They just know that someone did it, and they suspect Hisoka, but they're obviously wrong on that part. So I like how they say that they will avenge her death. So I don't know if that means they'll hunt down Hisoka, or if they'll actually find out who actually did it, but, they're out for blood now. And we go for a final scene change and we get our main man Chrollo. He actually gets an appearance, and it's a big one actually. So he activates a Nen ability, and you know his Nen ability is like I can't remember what it's called, but he takes other people's Nen abilities and he can store them in his book. And he's looking at a page in his book. There's this woman. I don't recognize her, so I feel stupid. I don't know if she's been established or it's just some rando and he's just using her Nen ability. But he gets a magic phone as well. I think it's a magic phone. Yeah, I think it materializes via Nen. And he starts trying to call a number or call someone or something. And he seems to be using it to sort of try and track a location. But this is the big part of the chapter where he reveals what he's after on this ship. He is after the 3 Kakin Kingdom relics that they've been using to start and monitor this succession battle. And we get a cool page of all 3 of these. The Seed Urn, the ritual vase used for the succession battle participants, the Divine Mummy Overseer of the succession battle, the Lotus Anchorite, and the Sword of Accession given to the next king, the Sword of Good Omens. He wants all of those, and he believes that these items that are used to secure Kakin's prosperity and engage in the succession battle will enhance his skill hunter Nen ability, and that will give him the power to kill Hisoka for good. So that's his goal. His ultimate goal is to enhance his power so he can just get rid of Hisoka for good. He also interestingly says that his backup plan is already in motion and that the spiders will continue even if he were to die himself, and that his design of the spiders is worthy of awe. I'm not convinced they would function so well without Chrollo, but we'll see if that happens. I don't think he'll die, but, well, Kurapika's got to have a resolution at some point, I suppose. While we're still with Chrollo, we do get a shot of Halkenberg's, funeral, the fake funeral, because he's not actually gone, but he then gets kind of reception from his call, his tracking, and realizes he must go to level 1 after all, where all the succession battle's going. Now, this will be huge, I think, because if he goes to level 1, Kurapika's there. Imagine if they bump into each other. Will Kurapika be able to focus on his mission? I don't think so if Chrollo's there. He hates the guy. So we'll see what happens. But that is the end of the chapter. All exciting stuff, and I can't wait to see what happens next time. Until then, I'll see you all later. Bye now.